often I get asked about imposter syndrome. What is it? How to overcome it? And for me, going through my career in tech, as well as an entrepreneur, having faced it and gone through it, one, it's something that I don't think you ever actually overcome. I think it's something that you realize when it's creeping up, and you create tools and mechanisms and practices within yourself to overcome them and to push past it. You should feel nervous when you are leveling up, because yes, there are new levels with your name on it, but at each and every step, if you are not leveling up and feeling a little bit of nervousness about being in places, having conversations and new conversations with new people, then you're not really having a human experience going into the thing that you ultimately want. And so when I think about imposter syndrome, when I talk about it to people, I'm like, oftentimes we feel like imposters, right? Which is oftentimes high-performing women, but it happens to men as well, that cannot internalize their success. They cannot take ownership of what they've accomplished every late night, every early morning, every no that finally led to a yes, even though they've worked their asses off to accomplish that. For whatever reason, when they walk into rooms and the light is shining on them, you shrink. In moments where you're supposed to be shining, in moments where you literally asked for the thing that you want and you're standing right in that opportunity that you at one point thought was ultimately impossible, and the light is shining on you, you shrink. You have the best and brightest ideas and you don't say them because you check the temperature of the other people in the room and you feel that they're shining too bright, and so you're gonna dim your light. And that is actually the opposite of what you want to do. You want to shine your light as bright as possible. You need everyone else around you to collectively shine that light as well. You think of a search and rescue crew. When a child is missing and they're looking for the child in the field, it's not just one person shining their light standing in front. What they actually all do is stand in a single line, moving step by step forward, and every single person is collectively shining their light because they're looking for something important. And so that's what I want you to be thinking about when you go into rooms where you may feel intimidated about your strength, your excellence, your accomplishments, and you may see other people that have strength and excellence and confidence just like you. Every single person needs to collectively shine brighter in order to move the idea, the company, the mission forward in what you guys are doing. The other part that I really want you to think about imposter syndrome, and oftentimes push back on people, say, you feel you're an imposter because you actually are. You are pretending to be a nobody in rooms where you have to show up and show out. And so that uneasiness that you feel is actually imposter syndrome showing up. You are being an imposter. You're voting on the lesser version of yourself every time that you don't show up with who you are and what you can offer and the value that you can bring. Most of us that have excelled or excelling are not voting on the higher version of ourselves every single day. The brilliant you, the badass you, the creative you. That is what I need you to do in this moment. The world truly needs you to be in this moment. And so we have no time for you to be humble. And so many people say it when they receive big awards, big accolades, they've achieved so much. They say, I feel humble right now. No. And if you actually look up the definition of humble, the definition of humble in the dictionary is a low estimate of one's personal importance. Who wants to have a low estimate of their personal importance? Investors don't invest in people who have a low estimate of their importance. It's not about ego, right? Because that's a whole other thing. And so I have to tell people, when you think about, instead of saying humble, what I need you to say is, hey, I'm grateful for this moment and this opportunity. That, hey, I've exceeded my expectations or other people's expectations. I am deserving of what is happening for me and happening with me and happening through me in this moment. And I can still be grounded and have 2 feet on the ground, right? I'm not gonna let it go to my head, but being humble, we don't have time for that. All right, if you're an entrepreneur that's winning, that needs help winning bigger, then click the website in my bio and let's get started.